is why I tell people, if you go after the foundational systems in functional medicine and not necessarily worry about all the symptoms downstream, you're going to hit and help so many other areas of the body. And it's kind of like bowling, right? If you just focus on hitting that first pin square, you're going to knock down a lot of other pins in the second row, right? Same kind of thing with functional medicine. If you hit the foundational pins, right? Good digestion, good solid anti-inflammatory diet, good motility, good anti-inflammatory support, reasonably healthy, balanced adrenal, thyroid, female or male hormones, that plays such a major role on immune function, detoxification, elimination. It plays such a huge role. And you can miss the crazy nuanced mold protocol and still help people get better. Now, there's other people that are going to still need additional mold support outside of this, right? And of course, the more genetically prone you are, right? There are certain people that have this kind of certain genetic markers that make them more mold sensitive, okay? And then, of course, the levels of mold, being in a mold environment longer, living in that basement that's moldy without the dehumidifier and the sub pump, living in that damaged home, living in that flood damaged environment, these things, the leaky roof, chronically, it can definitely accumulate in your system. And even someone that's not that genetically sensitive, if those mold levels increase above and beyond for so long, you may eventually become sensitive. So we have to look at the environment and look at the levels and make sure we're trying to fix that environment first. If it's over the top, we got to really get that environment fixed. And that's why it's nice to be able to do mold testing that looks at your home first. And so we have some testing that we use, various labs that use plate testing that can be very helpful. We're going to put links down below for the specific tests that we use. So if you guys want to do some deeper testing, feel free to click the link down below. Evan, any comments on that?
Yeah, I just wanted to hit back on the probiotics, one of the mechanisms, because I think this is pretty cool. And once again, this is just makes me feel better about the gut work we've been doing with people so many times, because like I said, we've been fixing things with mold, not even truly knowing it. So one of the mechanisms of some of these beneficial bacteria is that it actually upregulates glutathione S transferase. So here we are coming in now, we'll supplement glutathione, but you're actually increasing glutathione just by taking some of these beneficial strains. So that is just absolutely amazing. And it's funny because we focus so much on the binders in the conversation of detox. You hear so much talk about charcoal and sauna and all these more intense therapies, but in reality, that's kind of the icing on the cake, it sounds like. Now, for me, I still do take binders. I still do charcoals and clays and all of that. And I think it's totally beneficial. And if I take a hit, if I go to a moldy building and take a hit, the binders do help me reset. But I'm going to start working in just some high dose probiotics and see, and I'll report back and see what if I take a big hit and instead of a binder, or maybe I do both. Maybe I hit binder and probiotic and see if I get greater relief. That's going to be an interesting experiment.
Totally.